Let's move to how to prepare for your Mandela Washington Fellowship semi-final interview. First things first, download your application. Like I told you during that application phase, keep a copy of the final application you submitted. Go back to the application portal and download a copy of your application. I know most of you already have it. In case you're part of the 1% of the people who don't have the application saved, go back there and download it. That's a very step number one. Step number two is that you need to speak and be your application. The essence of this is to see how real, how true, how genuine this application is. Because in the end, there's a lot of catfishes on the internet. You know what catfish is? People who, once you want to pick them, they rigmarole. They are not really who they say they are. They are not true to the things they have written. Probably somebody even wrote the entire things for them. So the interviewers want to look through your face. They want to read through your countenance to see how genuine you are, how correct and how real everything you said is. So you have to speak and you have to be the person and show the things you have written in your application. The very third thing is what I call evidences. You see, evidences are very good points of impression. These are either an object, product, or a service, or a solution that is so vivid that even the interviewers can verify by themselves. For example, in my own case, I had a mobile application built for youth in Nigeria that was on several app stores. It was on the Google Play Store, it was on the Apple App Store. In fact, it shocked me when one of the interviewers said he downloaded my app and he was benefiting from the application. That there is an evidence that shows that the reality end of things they are trying to confirm, the genuineness they're trying to confirm, I already ticked that box. So whatever brings that your genuineness to play, it could be a newspaper publication that has you in it. It could be a feature you had on the TV. You may want to reference it. General speaking engagements of people who just invited you for church may not count, but verifiable engagements that are directly, underline those words, verifiable, directly connected to your work, they can be very good pieces of evidence. If you're somebody who is into arts and crafts, let's say you make beads or you make whatever you make, and you have somehow made it to the semifinals, you may want to wear that, you may want to wear it, and once in a while, move your hand around to show that this is an evidence of your work. Whatever it is, you may do something like, a little puppy, a little badge with the art and craft and point to it once in a while on what you're doing with it. It could be a sticker that you make. You have donated 5,000 pieces of this sticker to XYZ places and you have been able to raise money. If that is what your application is about, that tiny little evidence that connects visuals, what they can see, to your application can go a long way. If you're an art person, you are a fine artist, you may bring one of your artwork just to show, because sometimes it's difficult to place the value of the work people do because their garage, their workstation, the location of their impact is so far away that the interviewers are trying to imagine it in their heads. So you want to find something, it could be tangible, it could be intangible, to bring along. Remember that the interviewers will not take gifts because they don't want their decisions to be impaired, and they also do not want to be implicated, so you cannot give them gifts. Anything you are bringing will just be a piece of evidence. And I've seen situations and scenarios where evidences actually worked. I told you my own case, the app. One of the judges told me straight off that he has my app on his phone. I first was thrown off because I was like, hey God, let him not go and see that bug that I'm trying to fix. You know, an app always has something that is wrong with it that only the developer knows. The developer knows, oh, I need to fix that part, but people can't see it. So in my head, I was a little bit, fidgeting, like, hope he has not seen that part of the app that will crash, you understand, or that will still crash soon. But that was a piece of evidence that kind of knocked me in. I have also told you the case of the guy who was visited in his workshop by a US representative. That was a piece of evidence. So if you don't get a chance to have built an app, if you don't get a chance to have been visited by US representatives who would connect you with your application, find something, no matter how small, to be an evidence or a point of reference for your application. Last, all you're trying to do is to leave a lasting impression, something that they will remember. Another point here is about time. Make sure you are very timely. They are most likely not going to be able to shift your interview date. If you miss it, it would be tough for you to get another date. It's not impossible. They probably will be able to give you another date. But if you have been given a date and time and you confirm it and you miss it, it will be very, very tough for you to rebook another one. So be there at least 20 minutes early. So in case the person that's supposed to be before you didn't show up, or somehow they just found a free time and they want to skip things up, you are already there. So 20 minutes, 30 minutes early is fine. Know the situation of traffic in your city. If you are coming from another city, make sure you are in the city of your interview a night before. It is worth the stress, it is worth the effort, and you are going to be grateful for it. The second to the last point is that you approach this interview from a place of networking. Now, apart from sitting in front of the judges, at the lobby, while you're waiting, when you're done, you're going to meet with other semi-finalists like yourself, collect their numbers and keep in touch. Sometimes it's not everybody that will make it to the finals, but you would be able to make friends with which you are going to build networks, you're going to build friendships, and you can do greater things together. Because everybody at the semi-finals has already proven to be doing something important. So why don't you link up? Remember, your impact story, your work is not 100% tied to the Mandela Washington Fellowship. Whether you get this fellowship or not, you are great. You will still do wonders. You are still going to do everything you really need to do. So do not really be bothered. However, give it your best. These are the strategies I have for you to prepare. One key last strategy, and this is where I come in, and this is where I can personally support you in case you need it. Look deeply at your application and generate 10 exciting, tough, uncommon scenarios of things they could ask you, and I can actually help you with this. If I look at your application and I look at your person, I can actually guide you through this. If you want that service from me, please click the link in the description and reach out really quick. There's so many people talking to me in the DM. The faster you reach out, the earlier I can actually book you for a one-on-one session. In that session, I would get your application as you have submitted it. I'll be in the head of the judges. We'll walk through these scenarios together. I'll work with you on a one-on-one basis, and we're going to do an entire 1-hour call. Just me and you. And we're going to do like a demo interview with everything that I know, everything that I'm sharing, and everything else that I cannot share publicly. We're going to do this session with you, and very, very hopefully, you will be in a better place regarding your interview.